So this is the house that Jesse Owens lived at when he went to school at the University of Ohio. There's a plaque here. It says Jesse Owens. Tells a little bit about the story of fastest man alive. Phenomenal athlete, patriot, spokesman for the Olympics. And there's like a drawing there of him, or maybe a photograph of him jumping over one of those hurdles. Jesse Owens was from Cleveland, but he went to school here in Ohio, in Columbus, at the University of Ohio, and he wasn't allowed to live in the dorms at the university, so he had to live in this house. He was an amazing athlete, but he said his brother, who never was in the Olympics, didn't run for any college or even high school, he said his brother was faster than him. He had to work when he was very young, very poor guy, grew up in a very poor family, and he had to work, and so he couldn't really train. And so he went to high school and they saw how fast he could run, and they said, "You got to be on the track team." He said, "No, I got to go to work." And so the track coach said, "Well, what about if we came in the morning and you and I had practiced in the morning and everybody else practiced in the afternoon?" So that's how he got into that and did some amazing things in the Olympics. This town loves him. And there are several memorials and locations dedicated to him, and we're going to visit all of them right now. We've moved on to the campus of the Buckeyes. Here's their mascot. And we're here because this is the Jesse Owens Memorial Stadium. Well, here we are, the Bert and Iris Wolstein Field at Jesse Owens Memorial Stadium. I don't know why somebody has covered up some of the letters, all the M's, with an X. I'm guessing that it has something to do with an opponent that they're playing, that the team is Michigan or something, so they crossed out the M's, X'd out the M's. But this is the Jesse Owens Memorial Stadium. Jesse Owens was an interesting guy. When he ran in the Olympics, there wasn't a lot of money for those people. He did not go on to become an NFL running back or anything else. And he didn't become a wealthy man in his lifetime, but he was a philanthropist. So he was very big on donating money, donating his time. He really wanted to be an ambassador for not only the Olympics, not only the community of running, but also for America. He was very proud of this country and often would speak up for it and go out of his way to defend it, even when people thought things maybe weren't the best here and didn't like the way things were going. There was a very famous moment in the Olympics years after he competed where the players put their fist up and put their heads down on the podium after they had won their medals when the national anthem was being played. And Jesse Owens said while he agreed with what they wanted, he wanted the same results as them. He didn't think you should do that with the American national anthem playing. And he was pretty outspoken for that, very much really supported the country, really supported the Olympics, and really supported the players. When players on teams, even in colleges, high schools that he didn't work at or have anything to do with, when players would get arrested or get in trouble, they'd often call Jesse Owens. The coach of the team would say, "Hey Jesse, could you come over and maybe try to smooth things over?" So he'd go to the police station and talk to the police, and they'd say, "Oh my God, it's Jesse Owens, national treasure." And he'd say, "Can I take this young man and talk to him and bail him out?" And he was big on that. Very nice guy. Now we're going to be going right to this side of his stadium. They have a statue of Jesse Owens here, so let's go take a look at it. Here's a better look at the stadium, and you can see Jesse's name there on the scoreboard. Jesse attended this college and he also worked here. He did not ever work as a coach here though, but he did help out with the athletic department, and school was able to give him a job when he really needed one. He's a beloved fixture at this school. So the assault on the letter M continues over here. Even on this, the Jesse Owens track. Jesse Owens lived from 1913 to 1980. Ambassador for sports, friend of youth. Said he had incomparable achievements here at this college. As long as athletes compete in sports or people strive for excellence, undertaking the life and accomplishments of Jesse Owens will remain an enduring inspiration. And this isn't just dedicated to Jesse Owens. Animals lose their M and cameras. So I think I'm probably right about the reason for that. But if you guys know, let me know. We all have dreams, but in order to make dreams come into reality, it takes an awful lot of determination, dedication, self-discipline, and effort. They've covered up the M's down here as well. In celebration of the 75th anniversary of his triumphs in the 1936 Olympics, they dedicated this statue. That was in 2011. And there's footprints here. And I don't think they're the size of Jesse Owens' feet. As you can see, the statue of him has much, much larger feet, or foots, or feet. It behooves a man with God-given ability to stand 10 feet tall. You never know how many youngsters may be watching. And then there's another quote here. We all have dreams. This is the same one we saw on the other side. We all have dreams, but in order to make them a reality, you take discipline. 1936 Olympics. And there he is, holding his 4 gold medals and wearing the number 733. Jesse Owens very famously competed in that 1936 Olympics, and that's the Olympics where Hitler was there. And Hitler was overseeing the athletes, and Hitler wanted none of the African American or black athletes from anywhere in the world to win. And Jesse Owens, when he would jump on the long jump, they were measuring it wrong, and they were going out of their way to short him by a few inches every time. And so somebody laid down a towel so that when Jesse landed, there'd be no exception. There'd be no question as to where his feet were. And that's where he won one of these. Well decorated as an athlete in every aspect, but my goodness, in the Olympics in 1936, there was no more talked about name. Jesse also did some ambassador work with the Harlem Globetrotters and traveled around with them, which I am a huge Harlem Globetrotters fan. I don't know if this is full size. I think it is, though. It looks like full-on human size. Look at these shoes, very big feet, but still look right. Still look like the size of a person's feet. They may have made them slightly bigger, but we're here at Ohio Stadium. M's are still crossed out. People are arriving, so some event must be happening today. We're going to look at the stadium. Now, they've done some upgrades to the stadium over the years, but part of the stadium that existed when Jesse Owens went here is still here. And I've got a photo of him running in this area, jogging, that I want you guys to see. We're going to match up about where it was. So you can see this part is the newer part. And then this, arguably more beautiful part, is the older part. See the bell up there, and the decorative elements. Used to be a much more common thing with architecture to really make things look beautiful and graceful. But you can see they've kept part of the original stadium where all those wonderful events took place, merged it with a new modern stadium to meet the modern needs of a large college like this. Here's a picture of a snowy day here in Columbus, Ohio. Jesse Owens was running right along here. See the building in the background. They've actually removed the top part of this. You see it kind of went up to a curve. If you look at it now, you can see where it's cut off up there. But other than that, this part was still there. And Jesse Owens has been running this way, right where I am. Just sprinting on here, exercising here on campus in his Ohio sweater. A lot has changed, of course. You can see how modern the facilities are here, but I do like that they've kept this bit of the stadium so we can see that. Look at those old cars in the background. Look how much snow there is. There's a beautiful police dog over there, remarkably obedient. He's kind of doing a little training, a little exercise with his with, I guess, the officer assigned to him. My goodness, he would say, stop, that dog stops. He tells the dog to run, the dog runs. Really, watch this. He tells him, wait, and then he'll tell him when to go. Look at that dog run. What a beauty. And that's a strong looking dog. Here's a look at the stadium from the outside. We'll get a wider shot before we take off to the next spot. So I was speaking to some locals out here. We're right in front of the stadium. There's another memorial to Jesse Owens. You can see this part of the stadium that would have been there when he was going here. And they said that yes, indeed. He said it's a hatred of Michigan that causes them to cover up all the M's. And he said it's irrational. And they pulled up his sweater to show that he had a shirt with the M crossed out as well. Here's Jesse Owens. And his middle name was Cleveland. James Cleveland Jesse Owens. He was actually JC, was where Jesse came from. The way he pronounced it, he had spent a lot of time in Alabama. And he pronounced it in a way that people thought his name was Jesse, not JC. And it became, Jesse became his name he was known by. So let's take a look at this. Showing you the wide shot, it's like 4 triangles. It says his incomparable achievements here for Ohio. And then they have, I guess, honors and awards that he got. The Presidential Medal of Freedom, the State Department Ambassador of Sports. That's definitely not a K, that would be an M. So he was named track athlete of the half century. I said here he had honorary doctorates from multiple colleges, was in the Track and Field Hall of Fame, of course. A quote from him over here, sportsmanship itself is the ultimate victory. As a student athlete at The Ohio State University, he won 8 Big Ten and 8 NCAA championships in track and field from 1935 to 1936. So he won 8 in 2 years. There's a historical marker here, dedicated October 1922. It says the shoe turns 100. So the stadium's now 101 years old. It's good. You can see all the patchwork they've had to do on this building. Try to keep everything staying together. And of course, they're only using part of the old building, but really like that they saved some of it. I think that there's a big importance to keep a connection to the past. It says, built for spirit, courage, for grandeur, for strength, for Ohio. And look at this stained glass. By the way, if you enjoy these videos, make sure and give it a thumbs up. Be like Fonzie, give it a thumbs up, and while you do, go, hey! because that's what the Fonz would do. It'll really help me, and I do appreciate it. I wanted to show you this. This is the Jesse Owens South Recreational Center. So there is another one of these on the other side of campus. There's no major markers, just the sign that says that it's here. So we're not going to the other one today, but I wanted to show it to you just to show you how much the city of Columbus thinks about Jesse Owens. He really is one of the favored sons of this area, despite not actually being born here. And really, he didn't live here much beyond the time that he was here as a student, but definitely has a strong connection to this state and to this area. Now, Columbus is also the birthplace of several celebrities. Guy Fieri's from here. Simone Biles, Olympic legend, she's from here. Current living legend. Also, Randy Macho Man Savage was born in Columbus, Ohio. This is a great place. I'm glad I'm visiting again. Hope you've enjoyed these videos here from Columbus. I'm going to be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock with something brand new. Right now there's going to be a box here and one over here. You can choose either one, because I'm in both. See you back here tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Come back. I'll see you then.